Welcome to the 11th BAS tutorial. Today I'm going to look at one way to analyze video to affect sound, believe it or not. Alright, so I'm going to start off with just some video playback, which we've done a million times before, well, not that many, but I'll just rush through it. I'm going to make a new object, and on my keyboard I'm going to type in jit.qt.movie. I can stop when I get there. Alright. I'm going to read a movie in. Well, two things we'll need is a movie to be read in there and also a way to access the frames. Bang this baby. Alright, so I'm going to make a new message with my M key here. I'm going to read our old favorite bball.mov. That's BBAALL.mov. Alright, again in your search path, so you don't need to know where it is. You can find it if you want. Alright, there's another new object for the Metro here. We need a Metro to bang the frames out of this QT movie. And a toggle up here, so T on my keyboard will make me a nice new toggle. I'm going to hook that toggle up to my Metro, and right about now I could put in here a little jit.p window so I can see the video playback. We can get one of those by double clicking, accessing the palette, and there is the happy cat with the glasses on, and he can go right there. Alright, just let me pause this. Alright, let me click this message here to read the movie in and start up my Metro. You'll notice I have that bouncing ball sound pretty much throughout the tutorial where I don't turn down my volume now. So we can see here's that famous basketball player in the window. Alright, I'll turn that off and turn my sound down because the sound will keep going. That's one of the magical things about reading QuickTime movies, because they play through a separate interface that has nothing to do with Macs, really. So, yeah, we're going to do a couple things here. What you mostly want to do before you turn video into sound is to reduce the information, or reduce the amount of information somehow. We have, by default here, a dimensions of a movie. The matrix coming out of here is 320 by 240 pixels, that is, and 4 planes, RGB and alpha. We want to try and narrow down the information, or just strip away some of the information we're not interested in. Today I'm going to use motion as the main thing. So first I'm going to get rid of the RGB and just turn that into grayscale, which we'll use a new object here, and on my keyboard jit.rgb to Luma, not HSL but Luma. Okay, so that gets rid of all the color information. Again, if I just duplicate this window, the jit.p window, holding down my Option key on my Mac or the Alt on my PC, click and drag that to make another one. We can verify, turn this back on. Yes, indeed, we've got rid of the color on there. Awesome. So now I'm going to do my frame differencing, and to do that I'll make a new object called jit.op. Okay. We saw this in the previous tutorial, I think. And the attribute, which is the @ symbol op, which is the attribute op that we're looking to set here on this object, I'm going to do absdiff, which is the absolute difference between the matrix coming in here and the matrix coming in here. Or is that the other way around? Yes, the difference between this and this. And we want to difference the previous frame with the current frame, and to do that we'll make a clever little trick with a new object called trigger, which is T is good for trigger, and we're going to use L and L. Essentially triggering out this newly lumined, or whatever, matrix coming out here, triggering that matrix out to different sides. If you trigger the matrix out this side, it will cause the output of jit.op, and if we trigger the matrix over to this side of jit.op, it will store it. And so what we have here is storing the matrix into the right side of jit.op, and the next time a frame comes along, we then take the absolute difference between the current frame, which is the one that we've newly triggered out, with the one that we had before, which was the one that we triggered this on the second part of this trigger. It might take some while to get your head around that, but that's cool. Alright, so I'm going to hold the Option key. We'll just see Alt key, Option if you like, see what's coming out of this absolute difference. And we've actually, yeah, we've got this kind of well, sparkly kind of like on-off kind of dealy. What we might want here as well, in between the luma and the trigger here, is a jit.change, because this is absolute differencing between frames, but actually we seem to be getting some frames that are the same. So I'm going to cut that there, and I'm going to drag that down a little, make space for a new object, and on my keyboard, jit.change. Yeah! Alright, so we're gonna only get we're only going to get matrices out of jit.change that are different matrices. It makes a bit of difference here.